Running solo versus having a team in your lawn and landscape business. These are the three biggest differences I see between those two options. Make sure you stick around to the very end before you decide which way you want to go. Hey everyone, I'm Jacob Godar, and my channel helps contractors deliver and clients experience a luxurious everyday life through property transformations. Today, we are talking about solo versus having a team, building a team in your lawn and landscape company. This is something people are always talking about. What's better? Which way should I do? And we're gonna go over 3 key points on these. And if you like the sound of that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment below, say I subscribe, so I can personally thank each and every one of you. And make sure to hit that like button. Let's get right into it. So, solo versus building a team. There's so many differences. I always see people going out and trying to justify one or the other. And the truth of the matter is, it's more about what is right for you. And with that, my point number 1 is income. What is the difference in income between the two? Well, one is limited because there is only one you, and the other is unlimited. So when you're running a solo operation, you have a limited capacity of what you can do in a day, in a week, in a month, in a year. And you can charge more and more and more and more and more, and you could be extremely, extremely profitable, but there's still gonna be a limit. You can only do so much. You can only charge so much. Where on the flip side, when you build a team and when you build a profitable company, you are able to scale and to grow and to add team members and earn more and more and more money personally, so you can build your wealth, so you can build your life, so ideally someday you can build your freedom. And I'm not saying that you couldn't build your freedom on a solo scale. You can make so much money that you could do it either way, but one has a cap, and a cap comes sooner because it becomes challenging to earn more. Number 2, this is a really good point that I think is probably my favorite, and it's the stress of running a solo business versus the stress of running a team, having employees, having everything going on. And I think the thing I always hear is people say, being solo is no stress. We're having team, I'm always stressed out because I'm always worried about this guy or that guy or this person not showing up or what this girl did or what this woman did or whatever. And I don't think it's just no stress versus a ton of stress. To me, it looks like, what kind of stress do you want? You know, what do you want? The stress of dealing with more employees, building a company, having employee challenges as you scale and get more and more people on your team? Or do you want to have the stresses of kind of the income's limited? That's probably not that big of a stress because you really kick butt as a solo person, so it's not a bad way to go at all. Johnny Moe's my man. He is solo and he kicks butt. So, but one of the other stresses is, what happens if I get hurt? What happens if I can't work because I'm sick? You know, there's these different level of stresses, you know, and you got to pick which one is for you. Do you want the stress of dealing with all the stuff, or do you want the stress of, what if I can't do the stuff, or what if some issues come up and and I can't? Because then you're the only person creating the income, and it is reliant on you being able to work. If you can't work, no money's coming in, and that is a stressful thought. So there's, I'm sure, ways to offset that, or things you can do to kind of offset those problems. Bank a bunch of money, so if you can't work for a little bit, you're able to still be okay. But then when you're solo, if you can't do the work, you could lose clients. So it's a stress versus stress situation. Which is better for you? Point number 3. This is one that I am super happy that I'm finally starting to see, and this is on the solo side. You're wearing all the hats, versus on the building a team side, you're building a business where you can start to separate yourself from the business some. You can step out of the business and you can do some other things, because it's going to keep going whether you're necessarily there or not. And this is a really interesting point. It's been awesome in my life that I've got to the point where I'm going on vacation this coming week. If you're watching this right now, this was shot on December 10th. I'm going to be leaving on the 11th for Florida, and I'm going to be gone for a week. And for the most part, I won't really have to do much with the business, but I love to work, so I'll still be looking over what's going on every day. I'll still be working on some things because that's just how I'm wired. But now I'm able to step away. Where when you're solo, here again, you can step away, you can bank money and not do stuff in the off season. But it's something that without you moving, it requires you to be moving. It requires you to be putting in the time to earn the money. It requires you wearing the accountant hat, the salesperson hat, the worker hat, the pay the bills hat, the take out the trash hat, the maintenance hat, the clean the trucks hat. It requires you wearing all the hats. So those are my 3 key differences. Income, limited versus unlimited. 2, stress versus stress. Which kind of stress do you want? And 3, wearing all the hats versus being able to build a team and eventually step out of your company and have more and more freedom to create the different things and the different parts of your life that you want to pursue. So I love this information. I love talking about solo. I think it's an awesome option for people. I think people can do really, really well as a solo lawn care guy. For me, that was never the way I wanted to go because I got out of a business because I hated that I was working for someone else and I was capped. And so that wasn't the perfect fit for me. But for some people, it's an awesome fit. They make it work and they love it. And it's a truly amazing career. And for others, scaling up a large company and being able to build something that's bigger than them is really what they truly want. And they're willing to take on the stresses and the challenges that come with that. So with all this information, make your decision on which direction you want to go and hammer on the decision. If you're a solo guy, figure out how to become more profitable because it's so much easier to become profitable. If you're building a team, start learning about how to build a team, the different things you can do, what are the levers you need to be focusing on your business to make this thing work. So everyone, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out these 2 videos on the end screen. See ya.